Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Veteran Mountain Man on another Spiritual Thursday, and today's topic is actually going to be ciders. And I know some of you are going to say, well, how is this a spiritual thing? Why is this something that a pagan or a Wiccan should be concerned about and should be thinking about? Well, one of the reasons that ciders originally were developed was for a way to use fruit that you weren't sure you wanted to eat, but the fruit itself didn't look damaged to the point where you couldn't consume it in some fashion. And so what you would do is you would press the fruit and create cider. It was also a way that you could store the fruit for longer. While you can't necessarily get the fiber, you do still get the sugars from the fruit and some of the vitamins and minerals, while still retaining flavor. And unlike fruit, it can be stored for quite a bit longer, especially if the cider is fermented and then bottled in a pressure-tight container, at which point you can get 3 to 5 years of storage out of it. If it's unfermented in a pressure-tight container, you can usually get about 6 months to a year out of it. So, in this time of harvest season, I want to encourage all of my pagans and all of my Wiccans and other spiritual followers here to go ahead and remember to make your ciders as well. And when you're making your ciders, you can use fruit that's actually fallen if you get it early enough off the ground. Don't let it sit for more than a few minutes to an hour or two. Make sure you clean it off. Cut out any bad spots, and then go ahead and press. If you don't have a fruit press for ciders, there are ways to do it without losing much of it. If you've got a juicer, that's an option. Otherwise, you might have to look at your local brew stores for renting of a fruit press and or fruit crusher. If you've got 10 or 12 friends that want to get together and you've all got apple trees or all got fruit, some sort of fruit that you're wanting to turn into cider, it will make it a lot easier if y'all go in together and rent one of these and do a big cider party. And that way everybody can lay up their cider all at once and everybody will have cider. Some people might not have fruit but are willing to help, volunteer labor. And there are even certain small businesses that deal with brewing and or, urban farming that do cider pressing events where they'll have you come and bring your fruit and use their press and press your fruit. So you should definitely look into these if you don't already have a press. I am going to leave a link down below in the description for a fruit press that I like that's available on the mass market that's fairly inexpensive. For harder fruits such as your apples and your pears, you're going to want to cut them up before using this press. But for your berries and things like cherries and strawberries and even soft melon outside of the rind, you won't need to do anything special. All right, thank you all again for joining me on this lovely Spiritual Thursday. I want to remind you to go to unapologeticpagan.com and look through all of their material there on that website. They've got a great listing of a lot of stuff for the pagan and Wiccan communities. Also, I want to remind you to upvote and follow or like and subscribe to me on either VidMe or YouTube, and also come on over to gab.ai and minds.com, where you can engage in discourse with me, topical discussions, get more information, or just, check out the rest of my content. Thank you all again, and have yourselves a lovely Thursday.